Farming God's way is an amazing solution to the food security and poverty crisis in the agricultural domain. Farming God's way is not just a technology, but a well-balanced biblical management and technological solution to equip you to use what God has put in your hands and reveal the fullness of Jesus' promised abundant life. Eggplant, compost or manure technique. Eggplant is relatively low in vitamins and minerals, but they do have a high antioxidant concentration. They're also one of the easier large fruit vegetables to grow and are far less susceptible to pests and disease as compared to tomatoes. They should be grown in soils that are deep, well-drained and fertile. Eggplants prefer a spring or early summer planting time with optimal temperatures ranging between 20 to 27 degrees Celsius. For ease of access, it is recommended for field-scale growers to plant eggplant in double rows, 75 centimeters apart, with 60 centimeters between plants. Then skip a row, leaving a 150 centimeter wide pathway until the next double rows. Small-scale gardeners can grow them at 60 by 75 intervals for best use of limited space. Eggplant is very heavy and therefore it is advisable to build a trellis network on the row lines for the plants to gain support. Place a 60 centimeter measuring rope from one 75 centimeter permanent peg to its adjoining 75 centimeter permanent peg on the opposite side. Make sure the rope is taut and straight by lifting and dropping it. Move God's blanket 30 centimeters downslope from each planting station to expose the soil. Give your eggplant a good chance of success by fracturing each 75 centimeter row line to 30 centimeters deep. The wide plant spacing make them best suited for inputs placed directly into planting stations rather than surface composting. Dig a planting station 15 centimeters deep at each 60 centimeter interval, moving the soil downslope of the measuring rope, taking care to neatly heap the soil for reuse later. Planting stations should be 12 centimeters wide, 15 centimeters long and 15 centimeters deep. Repeat this at each 75 centimeter row, or alternatively, with field scale, prepare double rows at 75 centimeters with a 150 centimeter walkway thereafter. To correct acidic soils and allow for readily available plant nutrients, evenly sprinkle 1 tablespoon of wood ash or bone meal or 1 teaspoon of lime in each of the 60 centimeter planting stations. It is preferable to apply 500 ml of compost in each planting station. If you don't have compost, then you should use older, more mature manure, as fresh manure results in excessive leaf growth and reduced fruit. Cover all the inputs with soil from the downslope heap until the soil surface is level again. Replace the 2.5 centimeter thick blanket on top of the planting stations. Twist the double stick through the blanket and press it into the center of each of the planting stations to the required depth. Hold the eggplant seedling in place and press with the double stick or your fingers at an angle, pressing the soil gently around the seedling roots. Water in well. Your first line of defense against pest and disease is to keep the plant stress-free by having healthy soils, thick mulch cover, and an excellent supply of nutrients. Any organic pest management control must focus on prevention rather than cures. All the solanaceous plants, eggplant, tomatoes, peppers, and potatoes, are susceptible to similar pest and disease, so it is critical to have a 2-year break in your rotation planning with these crops. Observe your plants regularly, and if disease plants have been identified, it is often the best option to simply remove those plants and dispose of them far away from the garden. In summary, fracture double 75 centimeter tracks. Dig planting stations 15 centimeters deep, 60 centimeters apart in double 75 centimeter tracks. Skip every third row for a walkway to allow for pollination, light, and ease of harvesting. Apply 1 tablespoon of wood ash or bone meal per planting station. Apply 500 ml of compost or manure per planting station. Cover level and apply God's blanket. Plant 1 seedling per planting station using the 60 centimeter measuring rope in 75 centimeter double rows. This vegetable series is a part of a much more comprehensive resource set, which will take you on a journey of discovery of the fullness of God's ways in agriculture. When we humble ourselves, and wholeheartedly follow the ways our Heavenly Father has shown us since the beginning, we will reap the abundant rewards of His promises.